with you today. We're going to be talking on behalf of the National Digital Inclusion Week. Oak Hill is very honored to participate across the country with a lot of other organizations in partnership with the NDIA, the National Digital Inclusion Alliance. And right now we're going to be talking about the Affordable Connectivity Program. I have one of our outreach specialists, Sarah Russell, with me today. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Steve.
So it's exciting. Sarah's been with us now for a couple months and making some big improvements, and we brought her on as a digital navigator.
Correct.
But she also did a lot of outreach specialist work. And it's kind of a combination role, so we're happy to have you. And what we want to do is talk a little bit about the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's a program that qualifying households can save $30 a month on the internet. So let's talk a little bit about that. And Sarah works closely with that. We'll have some stories of, I think it's Pete, perhaps, and maybe Jade, and even Maria.
Yeah.
So if you're out there listening,
stories.
Success stories, stick around. So, but first of all, so the government looked at the internet situation. They found that a lot of people had trouble being able to afford internet. And so they came out with a program called the Enhanced Broadband Benefit, which was later changed and tweaked and actually made better, became the Affordable Connectivity Program. And under this program, when you qualify, families can get up to $30 off. And in many cases, that equates to free internet service. So it's a great program.
Oh, free internet.
Free internet, how can you be against that, right? Right.
Not at all.
Not at all. And all the major providers, the internet companies such as Spectrum, Armstrong, AT&T, CenturyLink, in this area, Comcast as well, they all participate. So we'll talk a little bit in a moment about how to qualify. But the concept here is this goes back a few years when the government said, hey, we need to help people who need broadband and can't afford it, whether it's for telehealth reasons, whether it's online schooling, especially when COVID hit. And you remember COVID was tough. We all kind of stayed home, and it became much more apparent of the need for broadband and lack of broadband. So here at Oak Hill Collaborative, we're focused on helping broadband and basically eliminate that digital divide of the people that have access and know how to use it and can afford it versus those that do not have access or cannot afford it or don't know how to use it. So what we're going to talk today about is the ACP program. It's a tremendous value here in town, and we'll share numbers in a little bit. But the whole reason we have it and the way we promote it is we want to help you. It doesn't cost anything, right? When people come to you and get your service, they don't pay anything.
Zero.
So it doesn't cost our clients anything except maybe a little bit of time. And then what we can do is we can work through that, get them qualified, because there's really two steps. You get qualified for ACP, and then you work with a provider and get signed up. And when I looked at that, some people say, well, how much do you save? And it's $30 a month. And is it worth it? Well, when you extrapolate it out and look at all the people that we have in town, it's a huge number. For instance, I was talking with another one of our specialists, Ryan, earlier today, who lives in one of the zip codes that we looked at, and there's over 1,300 homes in that zip code. So when you take the $30 a month times 12 months of all the areas within Mahoning County, that equates to $8.5 million projected savings.
And that's just from Mahoning County?
That's just from Mahoning County.
That's just Mahoning. Yeah.
And we're fortunate that we can actually work in Mahoning, Trumbull, and Ashtabula counties. And when you look at those three counties, this area has a projected savings of over $20 million. Now, that means a lot because that money is not sitting under a mattress. When that money is saved for the internet, it's now spent on something else. So there's an economic, what we call in economics, a multiplier effect. So it's going to create a lot more activity. So it's not only good for people getting the internet so they can use it, it's also helping the economy with other things that they're spending money on. Exactly. So it's a great opportunity. But when you think about it, and the FCC publishes numbers, and if you want, get a hold of us, and we'll give you the phone number later. We can give you numbers by zip code. But when you think about it, when you've got over $20 million just in these three counties alone, it's a tremendous program. And that's why we're excited about it. We're offering the service of help people sign up. We do that actually for free. So let's talk a little bit about that. How does a person sign up for the internet? Let's say I'm sitting here, I'm watching a YouTube video, or perhaps somebody you're watching and who's watching us, and they say, well, I have an uncle or cousin or maybe my grandmother who may qualify. So how does that process work? How do we get people enrolled?
The easiest process that I would say is to call one of the specialists at Oak
Mm-hmm.
Hill, and we'll guide you through the process. First step is going on getacp.org
Mm-hmm.
to see if you qualify. Financial qualifications are the main
Yes.
stepping point. However, if a client receives anything like SNAP, Medicaid, WIC, it's a lot easier to receive the credit.
So what about, let's say I may get some of that, but I'm not sure, but yet I know that I have a child in school and he gets a free lunch or she gets free lunch. Does that qualify?
Of course.
Okay, so anybody in the free lunch program would
In
qualify.
that school district.
That household, anybody in the school district, that household's going to qualify. You mentioned the SNAP program.
Mm-hmm.
There's several different ones. Also, help me understand how the poverty level, 200% of that poverty, that's a pretty low number, isn't it?
Ooh, I would feel that the qualifications for the finances are pretty decent.
Pretty decent, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're at or below for one household, one person household, it's $29,000.
So I'm making $28,000 a year, which is maybe a decent salary. I still
decent.
qualify?
Of course.
Okay. And what about if I have 3 or 4 people in my household? Is it still 29,000?
No, it bumps up to around 60,000. But hey, it doesn't hurt to try, is my philosophy.
Right. Well, that sounds like a lot of money. You know, if
it sounds
we look
like a
at
lot on paper.
well, but I mean, if we look at somebody that maybe has 4 or 5 people in their family household, and maybe they're making $60,000, $70,000, they may qualify. So what you're saying,
Exactly.
And that's $30 off every month, which is $360 if my math is right.
Yeah.
That all adds up, and that's how we get to this $20 million. So before we get too far in, if somebody says, "Hey, I want to find out more about it," what phone number should they use to call you?
330-507-5001. Go ahead, Stephen.
Okay,
You tell me.
All right, that number. Let me tell you, it is 406. I thought the 406 number wasn't that it?
Correct.
Okay, so let me look at this. The number I think they should call is 330-406-0731.
Thank you.
330-406-0731.
Perfect.
And you can ask for Sarah directly. She's the expert. Now, when a person comes in, should they call ahead and make an appointment?
They can just walk in.
They can just walk in. Okay.
We're available.
If you want to make an appointment, you can call, make an appointment, you can walk in. Should they bring anything with them? Do they need an ID or anything like that?
It's a good idea to bring proof of your income for the yearly income. Tax returns help, any proof that you do receive SNAP or any benefit works as well.
So I think if you are on a medical disability and get SSI, I think
Correct.
I think you can qualify almost, you can just log into the system and they qualify. Certain government programs, if you are on now existing programs, that they link together with this.
Exactly.
Okay, so somebody comes in and they qualify from the government side, and then what happens? How do they get the actual internet? Do they have to then leave and go and call the provider, or do you do that for them?
Exactly. Typically Comcast, Armstrong, our internet service providers around here will handle any clients' ACP questions. However, once they do receive the notification that they have received the credit, the next step is to call the internet service provider, give them that voucher number, and $30 comes up their bill every month.
So it sounds like, if I'm understanding this right, it's not like a rebate. I mean, how many people go buy rebate stuff, right? How many times does this happen? You go to the store, you get a $10 off rebate or $30 off, and you got to send the receipt in and the form, and what happens? If you're like me, you forget about it. So you bought the item and you lose out. Now, this isn't a rebate type of thing. I don't have to send anything back, right?
Correct.
Okay.
The next step, once you do receive the $30 off each month, every year you do have to recertify, but it's an easy process.
But that first year, I'm good.
You're
right?
good.
Okay.
$30.
So that makes it easy.
Yeah. Oh, it's super easy.
And what happens with my bill? I see the bill. I get a bill. I don't have to write any. If it's a $30 payment, a $30 internet program and I get $30 off, my bill actually says what?
It will reflect that $30.
It will show zero, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If the math works out, yes, they'll get $30 off, and there's nothing you need to do. So it sounds pretty seamless.
It is.
If I wanted to talk to somebody, I don't necessarily want to sign up, but maybe I just want to ask some more questions. Can I call you?
Of course.
Okay. And that number is 330-406
406.
0731. 0731. So let's talk a little bit now about some examples, because I know you and I've talked before in preparation for this, and we want to make sure that we give you some examples, because maybe you're thinking, I'm not sure, who qualifies and how does that work? What's the typical person? Yeah. So I want to know a little bit. So there were 3 people that we talked about prior to this going on the air here, and I would also, I'd be remiss if I would say, for people out there who are watching us, we thank you for watching us. Please hit the like button and subscribe. We're trying to build, this is new for Oak Hill Collaborative. If you like what you see, please like us and subscribe us. But talk to me. I know there's 3 people, Sarah, that we talked about. Tell me a little bit about a senior. I think his name was Pete from Struthers. Okay, you love Pete. Tell me about Pete.
Pete comes in about once a week with a new person to sign up for the ACP credit, as well as attend our workshop classes. He first came in, was a little hesitant, like, do I qualify? I can't really. No, it happened within 15 minutes. He was so mind blown. He's brought in about 6 other people to sign up.
Okay.
Great success story.
So that was somebody that thought maybe they didn't qualify, but they had enough initiative to come, at least call or walk in and say, hey, do I qualify? And he did.
And he was shocked that he did.
He was shocked, and he's saving $30 a month now.
He was so surprised that not only could he save $30, but he is so excited about being on the internet now.
Yes.
Yeah, he comes in glowing about,
yes,
I did this, I did that. Yeah.
Good. And we'll talk in a little bit about somebody like Pete that wants to get on but doesn't have a computer, because we've got an answer for that too. But we'll hold up. We'll wait on that. Now tell me about, there's a single parent. Her name was Jade. I believe she's got 2 young kids.
Correct.
Tell me about Jade.
If I'm not mistaken, she also was in a school district, like you mentioned, that received free or reduced lunch. She was not aware of our ACP program, nothing. And once she was educated, she signed up, and now she is saving $30 a month as well, which helps with 2 kids. Oh yeah. Yes.
And I don't know enough about the ages, but I mean, they're probably, if they're not using the internet now, they will be.
They were. She needed more guidance on how to get connected so she could catch up with her kids.
Oh, good.
Not catch up, but she felt like she was
falling behind, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Well, it's tough. If you're out there, you know what this is like with kids these days, how smart they are, how they pick up this technology. They often do. Yes. And finally, there was an adult, Maria, I think, from Arlington.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tell me about Maria.
So Maria said one of our first workshop classes, she doesn't even know how to use a mouse. Now she is so excited every week. We will sit down with her and she'll type Bible verses, not only with her mouse, but with her laptop, which she got from Hardware for Homes.
So Hardware for Home. So if you're out there saying, you know what, I'm not sure I want to get on the internet, but even if I get on the internet, even you help me, I can afford it. I don't have the equipment. What do I do?
Oh, call us.
Tell me about that Hardware for Homes.
Please call us, because we have these beautiful HP ProBooks.
That's what you have in front of you?
Exactly.
Okay.
You can purchase right out. It is $100. However, for free, along with 3 classes, as well as applying for the ACP credit and getting approved, you can get a free laptop.
So I can get a free laptop. What if I
you have to?
What if I just want to come and get the free laptop?
No, you
Can I
have
just do that?
to
Okay.
attend some classes. You have to learn about your laptop.
Okay. Are you teaching some of those classes?
I am.
Okay, so there's a benefit there, because I get a friendly voice and person to help me with the ACP, and then I see that same person now for the training.
Correct.
Okay.
Courses are 1 hour long. There are only 3 of them. They're fun. They're easy.
Yeah. Well, tell me about this mouse. I don't like. I'm afraid of little mice in the house, and you talk about mouse. What's that about?
Oh, the mice.
Oh, the mouse. Oh, the computer mouse. I
The
thought you meant.
computer
I thought you
mouse.
meant the little guy running around. Okay.
Well, you can make them run around on your own.
So if you're out there and you have a computer and you want to learn more, you're welcome to come take the classes. And how much do we charge for the classes here at Oak Hill Collaborative?
They're so expensive. They are zero.
Zero.
They're free.
Okay.
Free.
Okay, so we have free classes. And do I have to qualify for that, or is that free for anybody?
Anybody.
Anybody can come in and take a free class. Anybody can come in and talk to us about the ACP, right?
Oh.
And then it is hardware for homes. You're calling hardware for homes? Hardware for homes. I can come in, I can sign up for the internet, which, because I don't have it today, because I can't afford it, I don't have a computer. But now you can sign me up. I qualify. I'll get my Armstrong, AT&T, Comcast, Caps, whomever. And now I don't know how to use it, but that's okay, because you will teach me, right? How to use that mouse. You call it a mouse, right?
Yes.
Okay, mouse. And then I get a computer, and it has software on it and everything else.
It does.
Okay. Now, I hear a lot about these viruses that are out there. I'm a little hesitant. Can you help me with that? If I want to get a computer, I want to sign up for the internet, but I'm afraid of a virus. Do you have a training class that helps me about that?
Well, they come with an antivirus.
Really?
Already built
They
in.
come with antivirus
Correct.
software? Oh,
Correct.
perfect. Okay.
I can also teach you how to avoid getting the
Okay.
viruses.
It's even better.
Or
Yes.
scammed or-
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that's great. So I know a lot of people out there that use computers all the time, and they've been hacked. We use the term hacked, and there's ways to kind of maybe not totally prevent that, but you can at least reduce your chances.
Oh,
And then especially for somebody brand new on a laptop like that, it looks like a nice laptop. HP, so it's a name brand. It's got software on it, right? I don't have to go out and buy software. It comes with software.
Microsoft 365.
Microsoft 365, and I can send my emails to my grandkids or
I can
my.
even show you how to set up an email.
Perfect. So I don't have even. That's not going to. Is that going to cost me? What's the?
Zero.
There's no trick question here, or
None.
you're not like, oh, it got you. Okay. So what kind of contract is it? Because I don't want to do a contract. I hate contracts. You know, they talk about all these free things, and next thing you know, you're indebted to them for 3 years. So what kind of contract is ACP? Is there a contract?
For the ACP credit?
Mhm.
No, there's no real contract for that.
No contract. So if it doesn't work, I end it. Even though I'm getting it for free, but I can
Yeah.
end it. Okay. But the laptops, there's got to be a contract with that.
3 classes.
That's it. Three contracts.
Three.
Sounds like there's no.
It's easy.
It's easy. So bottom line here is ACP, Affordable Connectivity Program,
Mhm.
is we offer free help in signing up,
Mhm.
right? And it's free training
Mhm.
and free laptops if I do the training. So
The value is there.
it's been told that people like to hear the 3 favorite words that people like are free, and free. And so as long as I come in, I qualify,
Mhm.
I work with you or another one of our outreach specialists, and I qualify for it, I sign up for it, I get my free laptop then, right?
3 classes.
3 classes. All right, 3 classes, not 2, right? 3, not 1, 3. Okay. So with that in mind, I think we are done. This has been a great time. Again, Sarah, it's great having you on board.
No, thank you.
It's great that we're able to do this with the community. And I do want to, again, remind people, if you like what you see, you want more of these, hit the like button, be sure and subscribe.
Share our videos.
Share videos with us. And I want to tell a friend, tell 2 friends. If you got 3, tell 3.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Ryan, who's the guy behind the camera, in front of the camera, behind the camera, to making sure everything works. I don't know. He claims there's film in the camera. I don't know. We'll find out if there is or not. We'll see how that goes. And with that, if we have nothing else, it's a wrap.
Yay.
All right.
Thank you, Steve.
Thanks
Thank
a lot.
you.
Thanks, Sarah.
Happy Digital Inclusion Week.